I have such low standards that I actually find it attractive when a guy drinks water. Yeah, I know, you're probably laughing right now, but it's true. I've been in 2 serious relationships, and in both cases the guys never drank water at all. Seriously, they would literally cringe at the thought of taking a sip, like they'd get poisoned from it. And since I almost always drink only water, it honestly drove me crazy. Maybe I'm just unlucky with men, and I have terrible taste. But I wonder, is this even a common thing? Like, is drinking water considered gay or something, guys? Now, when I'm on a date or just hanging out with a guy, and he chooses water himself, I'm like, now that's what I call a man. Isn't that sad? This was the worst date of my life. I'm 29, I was on Hinge, and I matched with a guy who was 32. We texted for about a week. He lived an hour away from me, and we were trying to plan our first date. We talked a lot on the phone, even had FaceTime dates, and I really liked him. The guy was handsome, athletic, had a good job, and no kids, which is already rare. At one point he suggested going to the botanical garden to see the Christmas lights in the evening. That garden was another hour away from me, meaning 2 hours from him. When he came to pick me up, there were 2 kids in his car. He admitted that he had lied, and he was actually a father. Of course, I was furious. But I felt obligated to still go, since he had driven all that way, and with kids on top of it. During that extra hour drive, I was still angry, so I barely talked. His kids, a 6-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy. When we got out of the car, I noticed his daughter wasn't dressed for the weather at all. It was cold outside, and she was in a t-shirt and bike shorts, mismatched socks, and ballet flats. Her hair was thick, curly, completely unbrushed, like she'd just been dragged out of bed. I was shocked. I felt so awkward because people probably thought I was her mom, and wondered how I could dress her like that. Meanwhile, I looked stylish, all Gucci, and this child didn't even have a jacket. We went into the garden, and the kids started throwing huge tantrums over basic things. Dad, we're hungry, we haven't eaten in so long. We want water. I'm cold. I was just sitting there, stunned by all of this. He hadn't brought anything for the kids on this 2-hour trip. And the whole time, while they were suffering and complaining, he was trying to snuggle up to me, flirting, completely ignoring them. And then I smelled it, tequila. By then the kids were screaming, "I hate you, Dad." And they told me they didn't like me either. In my head I was like, kids, I'm on your side. I'm starting to hate your dad too. This place didn't sell food, water, or warm clothes for kids. So I finally said, that's it, I want to go home. We left, and it was already around 10 p.m. We'd been driving back through the city for like 20 minutes, and he still hadn't stopped anywhere to feed his kids. And he was driving recklessly. The car was swerving on the road, the guy was clearly drunk. Eventually his car died, right on a bridge. I couldn't believe it. I thought only 16-year-olds ran out of gas on the highway. We sat there, the kids whining, him losing his temper, while I texted my sister to come get me. We were there about 40 minutes before a kind stranger finally stopped and gave him some gas. Then we made it to the nearest gas station, and the kids fell asleep. I ran inside, I was hungry too, and grabbed a snack, thinking he was filling the tank. The line was long, I was gone about 10 minutes. I come out, and he's standing by the pump, glaring at me. I ask what's wrong, and as he walks past he says, "I need you to pay for the gas." I'm like, what? He really thought I was going to fill his tank. He paid eventually, filled up, and we drove off. After that, he drove like a maniac. We got to my place around midnight, and the guy announced his phone was dead. I didn't care, but I felt bad for the kids, so I said fine, you can come in and charge it. He came inside and immediately passed out on my couch. I personally tucked his kids into the guest room. I went to my bedroom, but I didn't sleep, just sat there. I felt so uncomfortable having him in my house. As soon as it hit 6 a.m., I woke him up and told him to leave. The poor kids were still hungry, asking if I had cereal. I gave them a granola bar each and said goodbye. And you can be sure, the second that door closed behind him, I blocked him immediately. Tinder story. A few years ago, my girlfriend left me for another guy. I was devastated. I'm not usually emotional, but that time I cried all day. I didn't know what to do. Eventually I reinstalled Tinder. I got some compliments, went on a couple of dates, but nothing special. I was about ready to give up. Then I came across this one girl, and there was something about her. She was everything I'd ever dreamed of: smart, sweet, athletic, ambitious, kind. Not like the 10 girls I just swiped left on, the ones who wanted to sit at home eating Cheetos all day. No offense, housewives. I swiped right, and then kept checking my phone waiting for a notification. Hours later, we matched. We started talking, and ended up chatting for hours. She agreed to go on a date with me. I was so nervous about everything. I wore a red plaid shirt, ripped dark blue jeans, and black leather boots. I brought a bottle of wine, and spilled it on just about everything. I thought I'd ruined it, but she turned out to be different. She saw something genuine in me. After a few more dates, which went much better, we started dating. Then we both found higher-paying jobs. Eventually we moved in together. She's been my whole world for 3 years now. Even if we're just reading books and drinking coffee on a rainy day, just seeing her feels like the sun is shining again. Tomorrow she's planned dinner at the restaurant where we first met, for our anniversary. And tomorrow I'm going to propose. I felt lost and lonely, but I'd go through it all again if it meant ending up with her. I'm unbelievably happy that I got her father's blessing. That means maybe she really will be with me for the rest of my life. Don't give up. I truly hope everyone finds what they're dreaming of. I stopped talking to the most beautiful girl in the world. I'm 33, and I was dating a 33-year-old woman for a little over a month. We met on Hinge. She messaged me first, and I immediately asked her out. She was incredible in every way: calm, rational, beautiful, smart. With that awkward, slightly quirky charm. She was exactly my type. Conversation was easy, we held hands. All that cute stuff. She asked interesting questions, and I did too. We'd seen each other over 8 times already. I thought we were heading toward something meaningful, maybe even a relationship. On the second date, I asked if I could kiss her. She said no. On the 8th, this past Sunday, I asked again. She said no again. She told me she was still trying to figure out whether I saw her as a friend or as a romantic partner. After I dropped her off at home, I texted her, saying I want a relationship where feelings are clear and mutual. And that I was stepping away. I'm proud of myself, because the old me would have stuck around, desperate for her approval. I would have tried to change myself for her. But I stayed true to myself and ended it. I don't know. I'm just proud of how much I've grown, and how much more I value myself now. A cry from the heart. When I see my friends in happy relationships, I feel incredibly lonely. And it's not envy, I'm genuinely happy for them, but I still feel sad. I want to be with someone who misses me when I'm not around. I want someone to accept me, even the parts of myself I don't like. I want to feel loved. I want to find a girl who simply allows me to be near her. My parents died when I was very young. I was raised by my grandparents. Now they're gone too. I'm left completely alone. Even my siblings are gone. I know I'll manage. But I'm so tired of being strong. My family already took away my faith in love. My father cheated on my mother, and she tolerated it. Eventually he left for another woman but continued coming to our home for the kids. My mother hated him and often told me she regretted marrying him. After the divorce, she remarried, again unsuccessfully. I'll never forget how my stepfather raised his hand against her, and I tried to stand between them. Then I myself got into a terrible relationship. That girl cheated on me in the very first year we were together. Instead of leaving, I still tried to save everything. She betrayed me 2 more times, and I forgave her. She knew I would endure everything, and she continued. When we finally broke up, I was devastated. Now I no longer believe in marriage and think I'm destined to be alone. I'm tired of searching for love. I'm 32. I met a girl who was also 32. We talked for about a month and saw each other a couple of times. I really liked her. But because of my schedule, I couldn't go to her. So I booked a hotel near her house. I paid for travel, the hotel, everything. But as soon as I arrived, she disappeared. I waited an hour in the lobby, texting her. 0 response. I went to my room and sat there. No news. It was a terrible feeling. Eventually, I went home. That was the most pointless waste of time, money, and emotions in my life. It's humiliating. Just sitting in a hotel, realizing the person you came for doesn't even respond. After that, I stopped seeking meetings. We broke up after 5 years, but I still miss her. Damn it. I met this girl on Tinder. We saw each other a couple of times, and I fell in love. I did everything for her. I drove her to work, gave her gifts. I even bought her an iPhone for Christmas. She was always with me, we even slept together. But I always felt like she didn't care. I loved her more than anything in life. I wanted to marry her. I still miss her. I miss her every day. I hate that feeling. I want to forget her, but I can't. My girlfriend has been unreachable for 24 hours. And it's my fault. We argued over trivial things, and I said I didn't want all of it anymore. She just left my house and disappeared. Phone off, no social media. We'd been together almost 2 years. I screwed up. I really screwed up. And suddenly I might never see her again. Maybe she'll find someone else. I don't know what to do. I don't know where she is. My heart is broken. Yesterday I found out she has a boyfriend. And it hurts. I was so happy when she texted me and we communicated. I believed we liked each other. I was sure everything was going in the right direction. But I was wrong. I feel like a fool. I can't stop crying. It hurts. It hurts so much. I want to disappear. It really hurts when you do everything for a girl, and she doesn't even appreciate it. When I say everything, I mean I truly did everything. I was always there, always helped, always listened. I gave her gifts, drove her where needed, gave her money when she had problems. And in the end, she just said, "I don't want this relationship anymore." That's it. It hurts so much. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of trying for people who don't value it. Why does love always hurt me? Why am I always the one giving everything and receiving emptiness? Maybe I just don't deserve happiness. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I think love isn't for me. I want to be loved the same way I love. But it seems impossible. Maybe it's better for me to be alone. My heart is broken for the 100th time. And I don't know how to fix it. I'm tired of life. I'm 27, and I haven't been in a relationship for 6 years. I thought I was okay with it, but increasingly I feel lonely. All my friends are in couples. Someone is getting married, someone is having kids. And I'm still alone. I don't even know what's wrong with me. I tried meeting people, but nothing works out. I'm afraid I'll stay alone forever. Sometimes I think maybe I'm too demanding. Or maybe I'm just not needed by anyone. I want warmth. I want love. But it seems like it's not meant for me. Every time I think I've met the one, everything falls apart. And I'm alone again. I'm tired of this cycle. I'm tired of believing and being disappointed again. Maybe I should just stop trying. I feel lost. I have no strength. I just want someone to be near me. I want to be honest with myself. I need to admit that I'm afraid of relationships. I'm afraid of loving again and being abandoned. I'm afraid to trust because every time it ends in pain. Sometimes it feels like love is just an illusion. We look for someone to make us feel alive, but most of the time it only brings suffering. A friend of mine recently said, "You're too closed off. That's why no one can understand you." Maybe she's right. I'm closed, I don't let people get too close. I'm afraid of being vulnerable. Or maybe I just don't know how to build trust. I dated a girl 2 years ago. She was my first serious love after a long period of being alone. We spent time together, did everything together. I opened my heart to her. And then she just left. No warning, no explanation. I was shocked. I tried to understand what I did wrong. I tried to fix my mistakes. But it turned out it didn't matter. She had already found someone else and just stopped communicating with me. I felt betrayed. I realized that love is a risk. And the more you love, the greater the pain if you lose it. But I still want to love. I want to feel that someone values me. In recent years, I've met people through dating apps. I tried to be open, honest, to show my true feelings. But most of the time it ended in disappointment. People either disappeared, used me, or simply weren't who they claimed to be. A friend asked me, "Why do you keep trying if it only brings pain?" But I can't stop. I want to believe that love exists, that there's someone who will be there no matter what. Sometimes I think the problem is me. Maybe I'm too demanding. Maybe I'm too honest. Maybe I give too much. But if I give less, I stop being myself. I see couples around me who are happy. I see people laughing together, holding hands, sharing the little things in life. And I want the same. I want someone who values every word I say, every action I take, who is there not out of convenience but because they love me. I understand that you can't just find love. It comes unexpectedly. But I'm tired of waiting. Each day of loneliness weighs heavier than the last. I tried making friends, but it's not the same. Friends can support you, listen, give advice. But they can't replace love. They can't replace the intimacy that comes from a partner. I think about past relationships again. Sometimes I blame myself. Sometimes I blame them. But deep down, I understand, no one is to blame. We just weren't right for each other. Maybe I need to give myself time. Maybe I should stop actively searching. But every time I stop, my heart still seeks. It seeks warmth, care, love. I'm tired of empty promises, tired of people leaving, tired of illusions. I want reality. I want true love, true connection, true intimacy. I know there are people who have been through more. People who experienced great loss and still found happiness. That gives me hope. If they could, maybe I can too. I want to learn to let go of the past. Let go of those who hurt me, those who didn't value me. And then, perhaps, there will be room for true love. But for now, I feel loneliness. It's deep, sometimes unbearable. I try to occupy myself with work, hobbies, sports. But even in those activities, I feel emptiness. I want someone to share life with. Someone to laugh at silly things with, cry with, make plans with. Someone I can just be myself around, without masks, without pretending. I want to be loved not for gifts, not for care, not for actions, but simply for who I am. For someone to see me fully and accept me. I know it sounds like a dream. Maybe it's too idealistic. But I can't lower my standards. I can't love halfway. I want to love with all my heart. And that makes me vulnerable. But I'm ready for it. I want to take the risk, even if it brings pain. Because without risk, there's no true love. My goal is to be honest with myself and others. To not pretend, to not play roles. To love and be loved for who I truly am. Every disappointment is a lesson. Every loss is an experience. And every day of loneliness is preparation for the moment when I finally meet that person who will be by my side. And I believe that day will come. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in a month, maybe in years. But I will not stop believing. I want to learn to appreciate moments of happiness, even if they're short. Even if it's just an evening with someone who understands, who listens, who holds my hand. Love is not only grand gestures. It's daily little things, care, attention, support. And I want to be part of that. And even though loneliness weighs on me now, I believe it's temporary. I believe true love waits ahead. And for that, life is worth living, fighting, and waiting. I want to be ready when she appears. To not miss the moment. To know that all these years of waiting weren't in vain. And that gives me strength. Even on the hardest days, even when it seems no one understands me, I keep believing. I keep searching, keep living, keep opening my heart. And that is already a victory. Because giving up means staying alone forever.